Evasive, to avoid, he gave an evasive reply. They asked him a direct question and he gave an evasive response. Similar perhaps to equivocate, that's a verb. Evasive, avoiding. Evoke is to call out. He evoked images of last year's flood, or something. Evokes, calls forth, to call forth. Exacerbate is to irritate and make worse. His disease was exacerbated by his by his exhaustion. That is, he was exhausted, and so his disease worsened. Exaggerate is to blow up, as we say, to lie, really, about something. He exaggerated the difficulty of the problem. That is, it wasn't a difficult problem. Exaggeration, same. Excavate is to dig up from the ground. People have excavated the tombs of the Shilla kings and all that in Gyeongju and around there. Dig up. Excel is from close to excellent, to excel at something. He excelled the others, though, so VT and VI. He excelled everyone else in the class in something. Excel there means surpass. But mostly I think it's VI. He excelled in math. Excess, noun, too much. Superfluity, probably later. Excessive. He ate excessively. He drank excessively. His excessive laughter embarrassed everyone. Too much. Exclude, to leave out. Wangta. A wangta is excluded from the company of others. People exclude him or her. I don't know why I thought of that. Executive. Executive is mostly a noun. The boss. The chief executive in the American government is the president. The U.S. government is divided into the three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. Executive. To exert is hard, a little hard. I exerted myself when I picked up. That's interesting. It's one of the few verbs in English that is often used reflexively. Reflexive verb. I see myself. Okay, any verb can be used reflexively. He sees himself. But I exerted myself when I picked up the piano. That is, I strained too much. Often used then reflexively. Interesting. Noun, exertion. Because of his exertions, the team won the game. That is great effort, extreme effort. To exhaust as a verb is good. VT. I'm going to use it rather than the usual PP, exhausted, meaning tired. Exhausted, often just another hyperbole, another exaggeration, another superlative, really. Anyway, he exhausted all the possibilities, and then finally he surrendered. He gave up. Exhibit. Americans often use the word as a noun, and it shouldn't be. It should only be a verb, but it's accepted. Anyway, as a verb, he exhibited his works of art last year in Paris. Americans say he held an exhibit in Paris as a noun. British exhibition. One of these shortcuts that we Americans take in our, I think, harsh treatment of the English language. I think in the end we've got to admit it. Talk about that sometime. The poor American language. Anyway, exhibition. Usually the exhibition was held in Gyeongju. Show, display. Exhilarated, similar to elated, similar to ecstatic, wherever that is. Anyway, exhilarated, often used in the present participle, exhilarating, meaning exciting, thrilling. His performance was exhilarating. I was exhilarated when I saw the performance, meaning thrilled to death, as we Americans say. Very excited. Exit, noun, the door that people go through, or the road off the highway is also an exit. That's a noun. Sometimes used as a verb. After all, it is a verb. It's a Latin word, to go. He, she, it goes out is literally what the word means. It's a Latin third-person singular of ex eo. We use it as a noun mostly, though. Exorbitant, good word. The prices at, I don't know, in the malls in the USA are exorbitant. That is, too much. An exorcist is a person who tries to rid someone, presumably someone who is mentally ill, of demons. And you perhaps have seen the movies, the famous movies of 10 or 15 years ago, The Exorcist, still pretty exciting. To expand is to make grow. Expansion, the expansion of the U.S. during the 19th century, from the beginning of the 19th century, when we were a group of 13 colonies on the East Coast, to the end of the 19th century, when the U.S. covered the whole continent and stretched all the way to the Pacific, we expanded dramatically. Expedient and expedient, use it as a noun, is something that makes a task easier. More important as an adjective. It is expedient, our vague it. It is expedient to... Sometimes it is expedient to pay a little money now rather than a lot later. Meaning it helps to move things, to expedite things, to quicken and make things happen. It's helpful, useful, expedient. Expenditure has to do with money, maybe time, maybe energy even. To expend is to spend, to give out. Our expenditures during the last month exceeded our earnings. To expose is to show, especially in a bad sense. To expose the evils of the government, the corruption. To show, reveal. Extension, extend, to push out in some direction. I'm extending my arm, okay? My arm has reached its full extension now. Extenuate is to soften, to alleviate, not so much that, mostly used extenuating circumstances. That is, the poor man stole bread yesterday under extenuating circumstances. His family is starving. Everyone can understand and sympathize, and it makes a bad thing less bad. Exterminate is to kill. Exterminate insects. Exterminate insects. Extinct is an adjective meaning gone, disappeared. Many species are quickly becoming extinct in the world. That is, they're gone, they disappear. To extol is to praise. Are we doing 45? Extrapolate, hard one. Oh boy. Extrapolate means to take information from other sources and to apply that information from the other sources to a situation that is before us. Difficult word. Not very useful, I think. Extraterrestrial, ET. Come on, guys. Literally from away from the world. Extraterrestrial life. Does life exist on the other heavenly bodies in the universe? Extravagance, good word. Normally it means spending too much money. It's a noun. His extravagance when he goes to soul is legendary, meaning he spends huge sums of money. Extrovert, opposite introvert. An extrovert turns outside himself. A little dangerous, kind of like introversion is a little dangerous too. The extrovert is always suspect. The extrovert, we assume, is afraid to be alone. Afraid to look at himself, maybe. Always must be surrounded by people, turning outward all the time. Noun. Fabricate is to make, but the implication is that it's to make up as a lie. Fabric, the making of something. But to fabricate a story is to tell a false story, a lie. It's a fabrication. It's a lie. Fame, you know, adjective famous. The goal of some people in the world is to achieve fame, become famous. Farce, good word, I use it every day. A farce literally, I think, or historically, is like a play, even an interlude, between the acts of early plays, when the clowns would come out, trip each other, throw pie in each other's faces, make silly faces, the crowd would laugh, entertained. That is, in a farce usually things happen, things don't work, nothing works. What a farce, I say 10 times every day. This or this is a farce. Facsimile, I think maybe misspelled here, F-A-C-S, is a copy of something. A facsimile is a copy that closely resembles something else. Fastidious, maybe I'm wrong, but it's a facsimile, we say. I'll check that. Fastidious, excellent word. He is too fastidious about the food he eats. That is, he says, I don't like that. I don't like that. Fastidious. A person can be fastidious about human contact. Don't touch me. Don't get close to me. Fastidious. Even about taste and other things like the arts. Good word. Fastidious. Fatigue is extreme weariness. He showed fatigue at the end of the game. Faulty, not accurate. A faulty estimate, wrong. A faulty behavior, not really. Faulty performance, full of errors. Feasible is doable. A feasible plan, excellent word, SAT, I think, certainly. A feasible, notice the spelling, I-B. If a plan is feasible, it's workable. It can work. Federal. Federal government. This supposes the cooperation of many states to form a central government, which is the federal government. Feint, excellent word. Fake. That is, in athletics, the athlete gives a head feint and then goes that way. It's only used in that way, but the word is so much better than athletics. Excellent.